Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Technical Difficulties, the stream. My name is Ian Bits. I am your host today. I'm here with Silverfee. Silver, how are you doing?
I am good as always.
So, we are actually back this time. I apologize about that issue, but Super was able to finish up that match, 2-0 against Kuzia Kuzmin, and we are going to watch the end of Thuldir taking on David KC in the other semifinal. The winner will go up against Super Thanks in the final. The series is tied 1-1, so we're just going to jump straight into that one. So Thuldir was able to take down the Sorcerer with his Rage Warrior, thanks to the lovely turn 6 Night Talon Lord.
Oh wow, sounds like a bunch of fun.
Yeah, David KC on the Control Tribunal, generally pretty unfavored in this matchup. We'll see if he can manage to take it up against Thuldir. Really weird. It is very weird to see a lineup that has Control Tribunal in it not ban that Rage Warrior.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at his deck list right now to see if I can see how much it has in it. It has Vivid Wraith, 2 Death Priests, let's see, what else? 2 Twilights, so it's not like even super heavy hate for it either. 1 Shadow Pen.
I find those hate just generally doesn't work because eventually the threats will just get you. Galen is the big one. Just Galening one of the big guys is gonna get you there most of the time.
Yeah, just getting the Iron Astronaut going.
Yeah.
It's gross. Really gross.
A lot of early ramp here for Thuldir. David KC does have the early Shrine, but ramp and draw in the hand for Thuldir. No real defense, though. We have the ability to knock down one creature with the Cicero, but if David can maybe push some damage here, could see some awkwardness from Thuldir. Death Priest is going to come down. Hitting a Cicero is actually a really big deal. He would have much rather lost the Necromancer, I think, in this matchup, because that's going to shut off his draw. Not necessarily what David KC was looking to hit, but definitely a good one regardless.
Yeah, also it's pretty nice for him to know that it's either 6 cost or less.
Yeah. No big daddies in the hand quite yet for Thuldir. Another Tree Minder picked up, but maybe worried a little bit about defending himself here if he goes with the Tree Minder, just taking more damage. Opponent keeps developing, and you don't have any hard removal in hand right now because you haven't found a lethal to pair, or you did, but it's a mummy now.
Yeah, he'll need to find it sooner or later. Or an Endoral to filter through.
Yeah, everything's gonna go Shadow. Thuldir banking on finding the answers.
An army of tree
Yes,
minders.
we're gonna set up a 10-turn clock in the Shadow Lane with Tree Minders. That's gonna get us there.
Such a weird board to look at.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes you forget that kind of stuff can happen when you see like 75 card decks all the time. 50 card decks can sometimes draw the triple Tree Minder.
I mean, we did see triple lightning bolt. Was it a 2 or a 3? Or 2 or... I don't remember if it was dual or tricolor.
I think the triple lightning bolt was from a sorcerer. I don't even remember. Yeah. This whole thing's blurring together. Getting green packed ambusher value against the tribunal, not something that usually happens. But we're gonna be able
Yeah, it's very odd.
Yeah, it's gonna knock down this Hollow Death Priest though. Really nice pickup on the Venom Tongue.
Yeah. And puts them down to only... Oh, it's actually disgusting. Puts them down to only 4 attack in the field now.
Yeah.
And also prevents the draw. The extra draw.
Yeah, so David KC's early aggression may not be able to keep going here, especially considering how much mana Thuldir has. He just has so much... He can do basically whatever he wants in any given turn. Only limited by cards, so I think the aggression kind of needs to be shut off by David, at least for a couple of turns.
Yeah, it's looking really good for him until Thuldir found those couple resources, and game changed a little bit. And 2, he can even Endoral and bring back the Venom Tongue if he wants to deal with this Gatekeeper.
Yeah, he has both draw and lethal in the graveyard, which is basically exactly what you're looking for from Necromancer. You kind of get to choose which one you want for the given scenario, and he may be looking for the lethal here just to knock out this Gatekeeper. Leaves the 3-3 to contest the 2-2 as well.
Oh, something played and it's not showing on my screen.
We can't anticipate.
Oh, okay.
There he goes.
The necromancer just disappeared for me. It's not there.
Yeah.
I can see it on the other screen though. It's so weird.
It's an invisible necromancer. It's very common. It's a new card. They just added it.
Yeah.
Visible necromancer.
Necromancer is the deadliest necromancer.
Yeah. But he goes with the draw instead, which is interesting. Having the squish and the unstoppable rage in hand, and the barrel stock are already in play. Maybe not respecting David Casey's ability to follow up and thinking, okay, I can just heal out of this. Picks up the Pureblood Elder. Gatekeeper's going directly at the face, but that's going to sit the Daggerfall Mage down.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of damage, but
I smell the stench of the
follow-up
living.
isn't great. Really, this barrel stalker won't do anything.
Praise to Namira.
And there's the shrine, so... David putting on a little bit of pressure, but still kind of set to the, long game plan here, which isn't boding too well for a Tribunal.
Yeah, that fell pickup is great too.
Yeah.
Still got Necromancer if he wants to draw more. I think at this point this is where you can't really do much as Tribunal. You hope maybe for a Memory Wraith and hope that Builder discards all of his good stuff and you get a Memory Wraith it.
You just need to Memory Wraith and Death Priest, like so many different threats. It just feels overall like it's not likely to make its way through. Just too many things to have to deal with from the Rage Warrior, and so many of them just end the game. And
yeah, the Pureblood Elder Rage from hand too. It's only a matter of time until that becomes a 16/16 with Breakthrough. And Thulder's ramped so much already.
it's like he might just be going with the Rage, not really close to assembling any sort of damage combo, so just gonna go with the ramp. Oh, nope, he's gonna go with the squish, rather. And there's the fill. And gonna push damage. I like putting on the pressure as the Rage Warrior here. You force your opponent to react, hopefully with creatures, and then you can deal with said creatures.
That's a tough spot for David to be in.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
Going to look for answers? I mean, maybe in the future looking for a Dawn's Wrath. He does find the Memory Wraith. And it's just not going to do anything at this point.
It really doesn't do a whole lot right now.
I mean, the top thing in his discard is the Gatekeeper.
Yeah. Shrine is going to pick up a cast into time. Here's the Camel. Camel, probably the best draw available to Thuldir right now.
Another squish. Still not really finding his big threats quite yet, but that squish is really, really nice.
Yep.
And we'll have the Pureblood Elder will be ready to go next turn. So any low cost.
Not next
cards are
turn.
played to Shadow. Oh really? I thought it was 6. Oh, I was thinking 16
It's
instead
18.
of 18. Whoops.
Yep. But we have ramped 4 times. I believe we've ramped
5.
5. Yeah, so we only need 1 more to trigger this.
3 Tree Minders and I think 2 Venom Tongues. Could even be 6, but I think it was only 2 on the Venom Tongues because he took a Necromancer and Doral a previous turn.
Yeah.
Still, it's only a matter of time, really.
Weak to the second Death Priest if you just go for the ramp here. But he's just gonna go for it. He's got the Pure Blood and the Rage ready in hand. David Praying to the gods of Hollow Death Priest.
Not today. No Dawns either. It's still like, even without the Pureblood Elder, this is just a lot of damage on board.
Yeah. Just awkward. No, doesn't have the Ice Storm. Ice Storm would have been nice to give him just more time.
Yeah.
Memory Wraith's gonna come out, but that's not a big deal at this point. Thuldir doesn't need anything in his grave. Didn't really have anything big in there anyway.
Yeah, on top of that, he's already played 2 Necromancers, so it's not like he has a Necromancer stuck in hand that he's trying to use.
So 1 turn away from this Pureblood Elder. He can honestly just double trade as long as he's not dead. Through the left lane, he's only dead to double bolt. As long as he's not dead, he has the win next turn through the Pureblood Elder, and I'm not seeing any other lines really available for him unless he really fears the double bolt and wants to use the rage here. I think this is just a pass and say, David, you need either 2 bolts or 1 Death Priest.
Yeah, it's a weird position to be in still, but he will be able to draw 2, which gives him a few more possibilities of getting the answer he wants. Oh yeah, I forgot that Necromancer was there because it wasn't showing on my screen.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Wait,
what
just happened? Yeah. So he has the kill on. No, he doesn't have the kill on just the Skin Hound. So maybe by trading away the Memory Wraith, he would be able to get it. He was, I think, considering just that to stop the draw. Can David find the Death Priest? He cannot. He's got a tome as the last chance to find it, otherwise Thuldir is going to take this next turn. That's a Parthenax. That's not going to do it. David's going to swing in, but this is a Pureblood from Rage combo. I don't know if you're keeping track. It's really easy if you look up at the top right, but this is turn 11. We're not even turn 12. We're not even, like, if you were a non-ramp deck, you couldn't even have played an Yeah, you couldn't even have played an Odiving at this point. Thuldir's just about to OTK from hand. Ain't nothing to it.
I smell blood.
And that's gonna do it. Thuldir finding the favored matchup with the Rage Warrior going up against the Control Tribunal, and he's going to take it and move on to the finals. It is going to be Thuldir going up against Super Thanks. Again, this is, I think, the 3rd straight finals for Super Thanks.
I'm interested to see these decks match up against each other.
I'm interested in seeing one specific deck.
Yeah, I want to see Evolve Assassin.
I really want to see Evolve Assassin. Yeah.
Come on, Super.
Yep.
Lead with it.
Do it. We believe. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we will be back in just a moment with the finals, with Thuldir going up against Super Thanks.
Still not really finding those big threats quite yet, but that squish is really, really nice.
Yep.
And we'll have the Pure Blood Elder will be...
Alright guys, hello and welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone.
We are on to the finals today. It's going to be Super Thinks going up against Thuldir. The bans have been made. Thuldir's taking just a second before they hop in game so we can take a look at the decks. The first is going to be one we haven't seen from Super Thinks today, and that is the Aggro Halalu. Running Duke Venom Dren, which is not something you normally see, but aside from that, a relatively standard list. I think the same one we saw last week of running Morgtong Aspirant instead of Mudcrab Merchant. And aside from that, yeah, just kind of relatively normal, I would guess.
Yeah.
He smacks people in the face. It's about all you need to know. Next, we have... Oh, hold on. I don't think I have Give Please available, but wait, hold on. There it is. There it is. All right, we have the Evolve Assassin that I really, really want to see. Please, Super, please.
Please.
Open with it. Halalu 2-0 so much. I mean, it's still there, so it probably won't. But Halalu 2-0 so much, please. But yeah, we use this Mighty Conjure, or Desperate Conjuring, rather, and Barrel Zara's Tinkering to have some really high tempo plays early on. We have the Rage Warrior, which we just saw from Thuldir. We saw several games from that, so not too much to go over here. Not running Dark Seducer, which is a little bit odd to me. Running Odiving instead, but I guess focused more on the Defiler stuff using Camels and Masterminds. Yeah, definitely a little bit curious to see the lack of Dark Seducer, but aside from that, only 3 or so cards off the normal list. And then we have the... Token Spellsword, the neutral Token Spellsword, which we have seen plenty of as well.
I might see a Token Spellsword versus Aggro Halalu first round. Wouldn't surprise me.
I want to see Token Spellsword versus Evolve Assassin first round.
That's what I want to see too.
And we are still waiting for Thuldir to get set.
We can dream, Ian. We can dream.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen though.
Please.
You've already made it to the charity event next week. Just have some fun.
Yeah. So I think, not sure what's going on if Thulder's having some friends list issues or not. Not
Yeah, I
sure
can
what the weight
message
on
him
that
if we
is.
need to, too. But I am unsure as well.
So what have your thoughts on the tournament today so far, Ben?
It's been a lot of fun. I've seen a lot more mid-range spell or sorcerers than I thought we would, and really, it's been nice seeing some new names too, because there's a lot of really great players in this, and seeing some new names pop out is really cool. I mean, the more people we can see entering these warp metas and trying it, I think the better for everyone in general, just because there's more competition. You just learn so much in a tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been a lot of BM, a lot of sorcerer, and then some really weird stuff. The Volve Assassin and the Rising of Bones, and definitely some interesting stuff that you don't normally see in these kinds of events.
Yeah, it's made it a lot of fun. And we've seen a pretty overall the lineups have been pretty diverse, like minus like of course we've seen a lot of the Sork, but after that, people's second decks where we say the Ramp Warrior, the Halalu, we've seen the Evolve Assassin, and we've seen a lot of tricolor control as well, but I mean it's overall it's pretty nice just because there is a decent number. Looks like Thulder is back online now too, so I'm guessing their game will start pretty soon. And this is going to be a really great matchup just because it's two of the best players in the game.
Yeah, some interesting stuff. Some crazy stuff, right? Like the Rage Warrior and the Assassin list are both capable of doing some pretty ridiculous things, and it'll be interesting to see if one of those happens. Chad is doing some very Monka TOS things. Come on,
Oh
Chad.
no. What's happening? What happened? I don't even see it. Oh, now I see it. Oh, Monka S! Monka TOS. It looks like they're in game now.
Yeah, we got there. All right, so Thuldir opening on Thuldir opening on the Spell Sword, Super opening on the wonderful Evolve Assassin.
Thuldir on Ringless Round. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm so happy to see it.
It's gonna be beautiful to watch. Desperate Conjuring picked up for Super Thanks. Steam Constructor ready to go. Ravenous Crocodile ready to trigger it, so good start here for Thuldir. He's going to get this offense going very quickly.
Yeah, it's a very nice start for him, and really, no 2-drops for Super Thanks? Just no turn at all.
Nope.
That's gotta hurt.
Yep, nothing to do at all. More offense coming for Thuldir. The Haunting Spirit is going to come in. Corner Clip Gambler ready to roll, but maybe not what you want in this scenario. Having to run to the Shadow Lane, not being able to contest.
Yeah, very rough spot to be in overall. I mean, this deck is more of a combo deck too, so not being able to... He might just not have time to play the combos.
Yeah, it doesn't run Ice Storm or anything. He does run, like, defense, but... Going max development here. Interesting, though, it's already contested to fire that onto the Haunting Spirit. Knowing that the Fervor can't come out next turn, I guess you're committed to Dwarven Sphere on this 4-3, but...
I would say I like it on the Spirit. Well, we put on Catapult, they could die to Bolt, but...
Yeah. Icy Shambles is going to come out here. And a very slow turn for Super Thanks, and Dwarven Sphere is gonna do some stuff here. Interesting to see if we see this trade onto the Icy Shambles. We will see that trade onto the Catapult, which is good for Super.
Hit the 25% chance.
Yep. Gonna
He
leave him
didn't
at
want to
16.
see, but give Super a bit of a break here.
Yeah. We've got the Barrel Stars tinkering.
What have we
I don't know if that's
here?
gonna do a whole lot in this scenario. Sanctuary Pet's gonna come down. If Super can last 2 more turns, he has Nixox into Conjuring into Tinkering, but lasting 2 more turns does not look very likely at this point.
Yeah, this looks... The Divine Fervor coming down here, too, is just... That's a lot of damage. I think you go ahead and get rid of the Sank Pet, too.
Rest of this
think
gonna go face
Folder
to face.
deciding the ordering
Yeah.
here, probably.
It's just an ordering question.
And there's
down to
no
6.
prophecies.
Barrel Stars tinkering is the overdraw. Desperate Conjuring Tinkering, let's go. What do we have? First up is a Stronghold Eradicator. Link loves it, not gonna get the job done here. He's not even gonna tinker, come on! A quick loss for Super. And Thuldir's gonna take a 1-0 with his aggressive token neutral spell sword.
Now for the aggro mirror.
Yeah, Halalu versus spell sword. This should be a relatively quick one.
Maybe. Never really know just because of the trading that can happen, but Halalu does have the ability to just outgrind Spell Sword if
Yep.
that becomes the case.
I mean, either deck can get off to kind of a fast start where the other one can't really keep up. You get the other person
Yeah.
as the person who's making the trades, you're kind of in a good spot. Very quickly, just going to jump into the next game.
Dolder on ring again. It's gonna feel pretty good.
Yeah, with the Haunting Spirit, probably going to see the other two get pitched looking for a 2-drop, but Super offering crucially does have the 1-drop ready to go in the form of Morgtong Aspirant. The purple 2s usually do a pretty good job against Morgtong, but the neutral 2s not so much, so the Steam Constructor usually a very strong play on 2. Not as much as facing down the Morgtong. Pitline picked up, he keeps the Black
No.
Dragon. Super awkward hand for kind of both players. We'll see what the draw is for Thuldir. This is going to be absolutely huge. Steam Constructor is the pickup, and it's just going to be a sad Steam Constructor in the Shadow Lane. Can Super pick up anything to play. He picks up a Firebrand, not what he was looking for.
Yeah, it gives Super a lot of information of what Thuldir's hand is, though,
Yeah.
seeing that there's no neutrals in his hand, so he pretty much knows it's Haunting Spirit, Pitline, Black Dragon, a few other ones. East March, I guess, is another one. Wow.
Yeah, this is really awkward from both sides. We're going to see the Haunting Spirit come down, I think, here.
Yeah, trying to decide if you want to set it up in the field and hope that there's no buffs, but
Yeah.
we know that there's Nord Firebrand too.
Yeah,
Which
but,
could
I mean,
be-
you don't really want to trade into the
It's very
Spirit.
slow. Yeah.
Let's do this.
I think
Let's do this.
Firebrand, and Pitline going to come down.
Talos.
I will have my vengeance.
Going to trade up, get that Morgtong Aspirant ready to go. And then the Pitline's going to come down. Back to Thuldir, has access to Gourmet or Black Dragon here. Black Dragon finishes off those ring charges. It does
Yeah,
present the
overall,
most stats.
pretty odd hand overall,
My
but
blade
the
is
Black
death
Dragon's
to
definitely the best
Yeah.
choice here.
A lot of punishes available for Super. Is he able to find one of them? He is not. That's a Mornhold Trader.
We're not gonna see a certain high roll this time.
Nope. Or Cloud Rest or a Scimitar.
Yeah, any of those. Is Super running Cloud Rest?
We must protect the Night Mother.
I don't think a lot of people in TRS were.
Oh, looks like he's not. He's only running one Hive Defender as well. You know, good in exactly these sorts of aggro mirrors, and see if he can still push through. Super tends to build outside of TRS though. Like you'll see like the TRS lineups. It'll be like Endo and August will have like close to the same lineup with a couple tweaks, and then Super will just have something that's like nothing like any of them.
kind of wondering if you just go for the dynamo in the shadow and go for the race.
Yeah,
There's a lot of burst.
I think it's really the only line. You just don't have anything else to do, but you hate giving your opponent that many cards when you're not that far ahead. And when...
Yeah.
I mean, Halalu's not good at answering these tall threats, but if he can figure out a way to do so, he puts himself in just a very strong position.
If you could get a 2 to pair with this pit line next turn, that would help him out a lot.
Yeah. Has access to the Shadow Shift.
No one gets through.
I will have my
Another pit
vengeance.
line.
You can trust me.
Yeah, gonna have to fight in the Shadow. Has the Scimitar Fervor to take out
there's the Wind Keep too.
Yeah. Windkeep gonna
That's all.
come down in the field. And that's gonna let the pit line go through. 8 more damage directly at the face for Super. He's gonna go with the East March because he wants to, I think, just play in the Shadow here.
Yeah, he wants to race here, and that Divine Fervor is a huge pickup if he's able to play it next turn as well.
Yeah. So he
Might
has
even...
Fervor's Scimitar. He also has Orclan Scimitar and East March. Could go with the Shadow Shift to kind of trick some of these numbers around if he wants to do that as well. Annoyingly for Super Thanks, if he had played both of these, well, he couldn't actually play both of them in field. What am I talking about?
We stand united.
Because he had to get the pit line down.
Yeah. That was one of the drawbacks of pit line. It's a great body, but sometimes it forces you to make those weird lane decisions that you don't necessarily want to do. And Boulder even, we see that here, he decided he didn't want to go for the stats because he didn't want to have those weird lane decisions.
Skinned Hound is the pickup. Fervor potentially to push the damage, or just development, put your opponent at 4, but you're staring down a pretty healthy board, so I think we might need to do trade
Yes,
into
to
this.
develop.
Yeah, I think we have to do trading into this Mournhold Trader. This is still anybody's game here.
Yeah, it's really hard to say.
I think
You
Thuldir...
can also Grizzly Gourmet in pit lane. Or I
Well, yeah,
guess you
there's
could
like
just
any
do
number of
that
things.
and the Haunting Spirit too.
Yeah, there's like any number of things you could go with here.
It's a lot of damage on board, but the extra guard will help him out, so I'm assuming, like, he pretty much has to make that trade.
Yeah, 2/2 has to go into the 5/2. At that point, we have 5, 10, 14, 19, 21 damage. So I think that gets even through a guard if he doesn't play the Skinned Hound.
Come and have a taste.
Deserves another.
Seeing what Boulder does here, because I'm interested to see what he does.
Does that actually get through there? Oh, no. Hitting the Grizzly Gourmet. Yeah, hitting the Grizzly Gourmet is going to knock that off. Now back to Super Thanks with a couple of different options, one of which includes playing a Scimitar on the Sweet
No
Roll.
one gets through.
That's my option.
Yeah, you might have to for that.
Hive Defender seems like a necessity here. Yep.
There it is.
Revenge of the Bakery.
I will have my vengeance. Like
You
none.
fight mine.
Trades going in. Hive Defender gonna come down, and then Balmora Puppeteer
Talk business.
into the field
Come
lane.
to the right place.
Trying, both players going back and forth trying to set up their lethals.
It's a pretty awkward turn.
Yeah. Not being able to go both Fervor and Dwarven Sphere is a little bit frustrating here. You're locked into either the Catapult or the Skinned Hound.
You could do Catapult, Skintown, and Dwarven Sphere.
You leave the Hive Defender up in that instance as well, though, isn't it? Hive
Yeah, but then you can just play Divine Fervor next turn and win.
I mean, I'm looking at, like, potentially dying. Like, so,
Yeah.
Sphere takes off 1 more damage than Fervor would? Because Fervor allows the trade on the Hive Defender, and Hive's still repping 3.
And you would play a hound with it, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Like, I think you respect your Hualu's opponent, your Hualu opponent's ability to do some damage here.
I guess... I'm not sure, though, if
It's
you win
close.
from that line or not, though.
I think both lines kind of end up in a very similar place. Skin Hound's going to come down on the catapult. Gorgon Sphere onto the 4-3. Back over to Super Thanks. Does make the bump. Super's probably pretty happy about that. It's going to make this a little bit easier to kind of clean everything up.
I was gonna say it was a weird one for whether you do use a bump or not.
But it is looking pretty dire for Super Thanks here. Keep in mind, Sweet Roll does activate on the opponent's turn, so can't be used to really do anything to this catapult.
Can it be used as the last hit?
Yeah, it can be used as the last hit. It can't be really used to knock anything else out. But any line I'm seeing results in this Hive Defender going down, which means that Fervor is going to come back and swing it back towards Thuldir.
Chimera, spirit of the sky, guide us!
I will have my vengeance.
Super Thanks is going to need some sort of prophecy here.
He doesn't... No Cloud Rest, right?
Yeah, let's see.
So,
any options for
maybe one Cleric of Kind, but that doesn't do anything. I don't think there's a
doesn't run
prophecy that
Cleric.
stops lethal.
Yeah, he actually has 0 prophecies in the deck, so that makes it pretty easy to figure out. And Thuldir is gonna push through with another victory. Super Thanks and Thuldir, the only people who have taken victories in WarpMeta since the new expansion.
Doesn't really surprise me, but wow, that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And these are big brackets too. It's not like
Yeah.
just 16 people are in these games. I mean, there's
Yeah.
40, 50, we've had even up to 60 and 70 people.
Yeah.
That's absolutely nuts.
So congratulations. Oh, there's only one congratulation there. Let's fix that to congratulations. Okay, no, I'm not fixing the typo. Everybody offer one congratulation to Thuldir. Just only one.
Congratulations, Thuldir.
It sounds so weird. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week with that charity team tournament. The 4 people heading the teams will be Thuldir, Kuzia Kuzmin, David, KC, and Super Thanks. So they will be able to pick 2 other players to play with them, and then we will do a round-robin tournament between those teams while raising money for Charity Water. If you want to donate now, go ahead and type !donate. 2 people, Pitiful Martyr and Narazuri, have been kind enough to donate already, and we'll be doing that throughout the week and next week as well. So I think that's about all I got today. Some technical difficulties today, but thanks everybody for sticking through. Thanks everybody for joining. Super Thanks. Why don't you tell them a little bit about where the viewers can find you and what you usually do, where you usually post your content. Silver?
Oh wait, sorry, I heard that wrong. I heard that very wrong. But yes, I'm on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter. Pretty much if you type in Silverfuse, you'll find me. And yeah, and Ian also does that stuff too.
Every once in a while. But yeah.
Every once in a while.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back next week with the special WarpMeta team tournament and hopefully some good news for you next week as well. Keep an eye, follow WarpMeta on Twitter. Any news we have on the future of WarpMeta will be found there. Follow Silverfuse on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I don't have any followers. It makes me feel bad about myself. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Congratulations again to Thuldir, and have a great rest of your day.
Goodbye, everyone.